Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the part 2 of the 8 pieces video, the cutting with it. So we are going to join it together. What I've done is I've added lining to each of the piece. So after attaching the lining to it, I pulled it up for about 1 inch. Yes, so that's what I've done. So we are going to join it together, and it's very simple. I think this is the front part. Yes, so we are going to join it together. This is the front part of the dress, and this is the back. So we'll put the back aside and then join the front part. So this part is hip line, you see, hip side. Okay, and so you will turn it this way. You turn it this way, you see, and then we'll bring one of the middle, one of it also. So we are going to join this way. I'm joining it from the down so that it will be equal. If there are any excess, it will come up for me to cut. So I'm going to join by 1/2 inch. Then we are going to bring the other middle part also and then join it to this one. So this is the other middle part. So starting from the down here also, we are going to pin everything. Okay, so this is it. So we are left with the other hip side, which is this one. You see, so we are going to attach it also from the down. Okay, so this is the final one, you see, for the front. And so we are going to sew on the pinned part of it. So you see, this is the front part. So we are going to join it together. We are also going to do the back one the same way, you see. So with the back, this is the hip side. These two are for the hip side. Okay, we are going to join it the same way. Starting from the down, we are going to pin it all together. Oh, so this is the back part. So what I'm going to do is, I said I'm going to sew on a 1/2 inch, but no, I'll sew on a 1 inch because I remember I added extra 1 inch to it. So all that I have to do is place it there and then mark out the 1 inch. 1 inch. So this is where the 1 inch will start from, and mark out the 1 inch all through to the end here, and then I'll sew it through that 1 inch. So 1 inch on each of the pin parts. So I'll do the same thing, 1 inch also for this, and then I'll come and join. But when it's with the back, I'm not going to sew everything in the middle. This is the middle of the back. So what I'll do is, I want to leave an opening. Okay, so I'm going to measure where I'm going to leave the opening, and then I'll also add zip to it where the zip will be. So with the opening, I'm going to measure like up to where the knee is, you see, but it will go up a bit, like here, 22 here. This is where the opening will be. So I will sew from this side 1 inch, this side, you see, and then sew up to, I'm going to add zip to it, so I'm going to measure 10 inches. So I'll sew up to here. I'm going to measure 10 inches, so I'll sew up to this 10 inches, because at the end of the day I'll fold the upper part 1 inch. So I'll sew from this middle to this 1 inch here. That is for the middle part, but the rest I'm going to sew everything, you see. So that is for the back. So I'm going to sew this, you see. I'll add zip to it, so I'm not going to sew up to this point. Okay, so that is it for the middle of the back, but the rest I'm going to sew everything on 1 inch all through. Yes, the front part to the same, then we'll continue, guys. So here is it. I'm done joining together. This is the front part, you see. This is it. And then after I did knitting for all except the edges, and then this is the back part also, you see. So this is the opening side. We are going to fold 1 inch in, and same here, 1 inch in. This is the upper part where we'll be adding our zip to, you see. This is it. So we are going to place our measurement on the front part, and then we are going to join front and back together. So the waist of the dress is, her waist is 30, but I'm not going to make it 30. I'm going to make it 40, because her hip is 44. So I'm going to make the waist 40. Meaning 40 divided by 2 is going to be 20. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 inches on each side. Usually in Ghana, when we are making slits, the hip and the waist measurements are the same because of the hip. If you make the waist small, the person will not be able to wear when it gets to the hip side. So the hip and the waist are the same. Then you add the rope. But this one, because you're going to add zip to it, we can decide to reduce the waist. So even 40, that is, I'm going to make it 18. So 20, I'm going to make it 18, making that is 36 or 19. So let me make it 19, 2.5 on each side. Okay, so so that it wouldn't be puffy at the waist area. Okay, so when we come to the hip, this is where the hip is. The hip is 44, so you're going to make it exactly 44. Okay, so we need 22. So I have 22 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 4, that is 2 inches on each side. And then here to 2 inches. Okay, so come to the knee side. We'll come to the knee side. So the knee side, we are going to make it 19 or 18. We are going to make it 18. So 18, 1, 2, 3, enough. So let's leave 2 inches on each side. At the end of the day, we will have an opening there, so it will still be okay even if it's tight. Because of the slit created at the back, it will be okay. I have 17 and a half here. Because of the slit created at the back, she can still walk through it. If not, you would have to reduce it. So here we are going to the edge here, that's the down here. We are going to have 1 inch, 1 inch here. So we are going to join it together with a long ruler to the knee side here. Okay. So I'm going to use my curve to curve it. And then come to the waist here. Okay. I'll turn it to the other side also. So 1 inch here. So after joining it this way, after marking it out, the next thing to do is to just take the back part, join it to it. So this is the back, and then add the front to it this way. You see, so add the front to it this way. You see, and we are going to sew on top to the down. You see, and the same thing at this place also. So when we finish, I will knit the edges, and then I'm going to fold 1 inch here or 1.5. So for the same thing, that is after joining it together, so that you can pass the rope through it. Fold up to this place. Do you get it? So I'll do that and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so I'm done joining it together. So the next thing that I'm going to do, is to add my zip and also my rope. So I have a zip here, white zip. So what I'll do is I'm just going to attach it this way. You see, so it's going to be like this. See, so I'll just open up this way and then sew on top here all through to this part. Do you get it? And then do the same thing for this part also. See, so after, what I'll do is to add my, let me pin it this way. So after, what I'll do is to add my rope. So I have this as my rope. I have two. One is about 28 or 29 inches. So 32 or 33 inches. So what I'll do is I'll place this one here and sew on top. I'm going to sew on top, secure this here, place it on top, then fold this on 1 inch. You see, after sewing, that is after attaching the zip. So this one will be inside, secure it, fold on top, and then I'm going to have this here. And then sew all around, you see, all around. When I get to this point, I'm going to fold, that is the waistline, this way. So this one will be on top, and then fold all through to the middle here. This is the middle, so this is it. This is where it will get to. So I'm going to sew on this. You see, I'll sew on this and secure here, and then I'll bring this one also to here, the same thing. You see, like this. You see, and then do it the same way up to this point and secure it. Then I'll show you the end results. Okay guys, so here is it. Here is the back zip here. You see, there's the front part. So you see, the rope is locked here and here. This is it for the back, the front. So the down part too, this is it. I have hemmed this part, and then the same thing for the side. So this is it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share the video. Bye bye.